Once you master the power rule, you can take the derivative of anything that looks like this: a number times a single variable being raised to a power. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. There's a lot of stuff you're going to have to take the derivative of that doesn't come in that form. For example, look at this function. F of x is equal to 3x squared times the natural log of x. This function is made up of two smaller functions, 3x squared and natural log of x, being multiplied together. If you're asked to find f prime of x, you might be tempted to simply take the derivative of each piece separately to get a derivative of f prime of x equals 6x times 1 over x. But you'd be totally wrong. Therefore, we need more ways besides the power rule to find derivatives. Luckily, we have something called the product rule. It exists specifically to find derivatives when two variable expressions, like 3x squared and natural log of x, are multiplied together. It's called the product rule because product is the fancy pants word for multiply. Now, before I explain it, you need to know one thing, and that's that the derivative of natural log of x is equal to 1 over x. So if you didn't know that before, well, you know it now. Now, back to the product rule. Here's how it works. First, break f into two pieces in your mind. The first piece will be 3x squared, and the second piece will be natural log of x. Take the derivative of the first piece, which will be 6x, and multiply it by the second piece left alone, just plain natural log of x. Alright, we're halfway through the product rule. We've got one term down, but we need two, so let's add the second term. The good news is the second term is a lot like the first term. This time, however, we'll take the derivative of the second piece, which will be 1 over x, and we'll multiply by the first piece left alone, which is 3x squared. This entire thing is the derivative. To be extra neat, we should simplify 1 over x times 3x squared to get 3x, and we found the derivative of f using the product rule. Here's how math folks define the product rule. They say if f of x is equal to g of x times h of x, then f prime of x is equal to g prime of x times h of x plus g of x times h prime of x. This is what we've been saying all along. Notice that f is made up of two variable expressions multiplied together. G of x is the first part, and h of x is the second part. To find f prime of x, we use the same process we did a second ago. We take the derivative of the first piece and multiply it by the second piece left alone. Then add the first piece left alone times the derivative of the second piece.